Hey to all my people. It's the 2 Cents Podcast. It's my podcast. I'm Nino. Thank the man for waking me up this morning. Thank you, sir. Thank him for letting me be out, sit out, and definitely try to complete another 24. People, my peeps, please continue to hit that like button, them subscriptions. I appreciate y'all. Thank you. They are building slowly but surely. Y'all, my fans, my audience, and my listeners. Listen, thank you. I can't thank you enough. Because without you, it wouldn't be no me. And you can put that in your pipe and smoke it. Without you, it wouldn't be no me. So thank you. This topic, I'm finna elaborate on the marinate now. I couldn't make this up. We as black people, I think we knock down each other so much. We need to start giving each other flowers, accolades. Give them their rewards. Tell them when they're doing good. Illegal or legal. Because a lot of time, where it's illegal or illegal, we do what we have to do to make it how we have to make it. Because we have a lot of barriers that we have to knock down. A lot of barricades that we have to step over. So, as us, as an African American, it's not hard and it's not easy. And I'm not giving no excuse, but I just want to say this one hits home to me because I see it, and it's continuing. So I'm going to pay homage because it was done what had to be done for the purpose and for the cause. Miss Cleopatra Jones. Portrait of a mother, hustler, by any means necessary. Don't judge. And I know you were going to judge, but listen. This woman is just great. Almond, Mocha, butterscotch, mixed like a gumbo. Pretty white dental, 5'7" in stature, 150 pounds in weight. Radiant, soft skin, flat core, bubble hourglass, shaped gluteus maximum. Pretty pedicure, pretty manicure. All impressions. Peeps, as I said, I can't make this up. This is what I see, I seen, and I still see it. So again, I'm going to pay homage to this lady. So this is a great lady, you know what I'm saying? Inner city, down south, superstar, peeps. You dig what I'm saying? Introducing the one and only Miss Cleopatra Jones. Started out working as a caretaker in home health. Cleopatra Jones, the mother then of 2 kids, age 27 years old. Kids' age range was 8 to 10 years old. Cleopatra Jones had a dude. He was a street dude. He was a stepper. He spoiled her. He took care of her. But unfortunately, when you're a stepper and you're a street dude, it's a crapshoot. You be getting to that bag, you be getting to that money. But of course, on the other side, you can have all kind of cases and the police, the authority, them folks be out there. So, unfortunately, that's what happened. He caught a possession of the soft white, 3 grams, and he also caught a pistol case. So, while he had a court date, at his last court date, the judge went a little bit hard. The judge sentenced him to a $50, gave this man 50 years. So obviously he must have some priors because, come on peeps, possession of the soft white, 3 grams, and a pistol case. Now I know that holds a lot of weight, But that's still, but of course, this is an African-American man, and he's a stepper, and he's a street guy. So, with all of that, her dude getting locked up, Miss Cleopatra Jones now was all alone with two young adolescents, and as she had found out, she was pregnant, one in the oven and one on the way. So, Cleopatra Jones now had to fend for herself. She didn't go whining. She didn't go try to run game and trick and get another guy or sponge or mooch off another guy to help her with her situation and the responsibilities that she's dealt with. She, tightened up her game. Her husband or her dude, the kid's father, finna do this 50, so it's gonna be a minute. So she thinks, now I'm gonna have to be the father, the mother, the provider, and the protector. And that's how her energy mounted up. That's how she looked at it, and that's how she went in that kind of zone. So, it was just tripping like that. Cleopatra Jones now figure either I will barbecue or me'll do. So it's either or. She came to the conclusion that the home health care, which was a great job, a decent job, but she always had an appetite for bigger accumulations of money and getting to the bag, if you know what I'm talking about. Besides, she also got a contract to sign up and to do janitorial work downtown for some of the biggest skyscraper buildings in the city. You get a contract for that, you can make some nice money. Because see, now Miss Cleopatra Jones is starting trying to make ends meet. Because now she has a lot of responsibilities. Again, 2 kids, adolescents, 8 and 10, got one in the oven, 27 years old. Follow me, people. Her dude, her guy, her baby daddy, her baby's daddy, her father, is on lock. And he gonna be there for a minute. So now here she go. Also, Miss Cleopatra Jones took to the streets with street smarts and a vitriol swagger that was very becoming. Also, she got into professional escort or an adult provider. And when the federal refund season starts, them 4 months, when you get them tax refunds, she became a tax preparer. Cleopatra Jones was an earner of many acres. Indeed, she was cooking, bringing on revenue. See, this is what I'm loving about Miss Cleopatra Jones. That's why I remember, Portrait of a Mother, a hustler by any means necessary. See, this woman wore many aprons because she was cooking. And she sat down and thought about it. Again, she didn't sit back and say, I got these problems. I got 2 kids to fend for, to take care of. 8 and 10. I got one on the way in the oven. She didn't cry, sit down, or got beside herself. She started to come with what I gotta do, and I gotta make this happen. And, this is why I want to dedicate this podcast to Miss Cleopatra Jones. Because Miss Cleopatra Jones got down, did what she had to do, just like a man would do. You know what I'm saying? And that's just real. That's facts. But she wore many aprons. Indeed, she was cooking, bringing in revenue. Beautiful as she can be, and also taking up self-defense classes. You dig? See, she picked up on martial arts. Learned it's not how big someone is. Martial art is all about leveraging mind control. Because you remember, she's a bad mama jamma. And I know old school people gonna know what I'm talking about. She's a bad mama jumper. Body on fleek. Sexy. So she know all the time when she was putting in her work and doing her many jobs that she was doing, especially when she was hitting the street and hustling, she didn't have no, bodyguard or protector with her. So she said, I'm going to learn how to protect myself and handle myself. Don't let that beauty and that nice booty fool you. Don't get it twisted. Miss Cleopatra Jones was no easy win. You know what I'm saying? Miss Cleopatra Jones was feisty as a riled up hyena, if you know what I mean. She definitely could take care of herself. Miss Cleopatra Jones, through all this hustling and getting to the bag, also had a stable of whips. She had a Dodge Challenger with the whole kit. She had a 63 Chevrolet Impala, who I think actually was the kid's daddy car, but she just kept it since he was sentenced to 50 years. And she still doped out the 63 Chevy Impala. You dig what I'm saying? She got it a fresh enamel job, candy paint job done to it with the skinny chrome toes on it. You dig what I'm saying? And she also had a Hellcat that she called Jason. And it was crazy. She called it Jason because she actually purchased the car on Friday the 13th. But she also was a big fan of Jason. And you know what I'm talking about, peeps. Jason Voorhees of the Friday the 13th movie. She was a big fan of the Friday the 13th series. So she called her Hellcat Jason. Cleopatra Jones also conducted her business out of rentals. See, she had the whips, the stable made of the whips, at the crib. You never do your dirt in the cars that you have to travel with and have your family in. So she had a plug on getting rentals. She could get rentals for the cheapest of prices. She could get rentals for extra days without paying because, like I say, she had a plug. She had somebody on the inside that gave her a deal. In return, she probably shot him some Zai, some kill or something like that. Or she might have paid a little extra under the table. But Miss Cleopatra Jones definitely was on her game. Miss Cleopatra Jones also had boundaries that she never went against. And I mean boundaries when she was conducting business. When she was getting to her bag in her adult provider mode, and because she had that God-given stunning body, and I'm talking about from cleavage to her hips, to that derriere that be setting up right. I mean, man, this woman was gorgeous. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I done kicked it with her, I mean, peeps, believe me, she is one of a kind. That body is just amazing, smooth chocolate. And a lot of it is just God-given, blessed. She did her little time in the gym, but she's not one of them, overboard in the gym working out women that's all she does, because she has too many other aprons and too many other endeavors that she has to tend to. Because remember, she's a mother, she's a hustler. She got things to do. She'll get that little gym time when she can, but like I said, that body was God-given. But back to that, she always stayed on her boundaries. So when it came to being an adult provider, a lot of guys would love to set up an appointment with her, They didn't mind coming off the cash to get with Miss Cleopatra Jones. But when she take them clothes off and get in a birthday suit, when she get in her birthday suit, a lot of guys want to try to get up in Miss Cleopatra Jones recklessly. What I mean by recklessly, without no protection. I don't know. She might have pulled up, with our favorite strawberry cheesecake Kush. You know, that's the chronic, the marijuana she had shipped from a dispensary. But you don't get it twisted, fellas. No condom, no penetration. And I mean that. See, a lot of women would get going right. I have heard in this business, and you know, let dudes have a freebie or let them go up in them raw. They be standing on business, but let them go in them raw, maybe one time. But all it takes is one time to get an unsuspected surprise, either pregnancy or getting a STI. And Miss Cleopatra Jones didn't play that. She stood on business. No condom, no penetration. From every meet and greet to her time was so valuable. Whether you're having fun or just a consultation, she gonna tax you. So she would tell you. And when I heard that this is the only word in the street, but I know me and her to sit down and had long talks because she's a good friend of mine. I mean, Miss Cleopatra Jones even advised me today on things. See, peeps, fellas, another thing. Don't be afraid to take some advice from women, especially when you're dealing with women. And I know us as men, we are leaders, and I give her advice, but don't be afraid to take some advice because I would also follow up on the advice she was giving me, and it was solid. But anyway, whether it's consultation or y'all gonna have some fun, you better go on and do either or, because she gonna tax you. Time is money. You sit there and think you finna talk to her, nothing happened, and then when her time is up, she gonna say, where's my money? You talking about, well, we didn't do nothing. No, her time was the money she was there. Now, either you wanna have some fun and pay to play, she can be that, or if you wanna be a therapist or you need a therapist, she can be that. But she looked at it like this. Whether we pay to play, you gonna pay me, or where I'm gonna be your therapist, you gonna pay me. Because when you go deal with a real therapist, you gonna pay them. And that's facts. So, in 3 months, through a torrent grinding schedule, she took her and her 3 siblings out of an econo-sized studio apartment. You know, that's one of them small apartments, you did? Where she was dropping a band a week in one of the mid-cities. Not a band a month, a band a week. Pete, that's 4 bands a month. I mean, she was on her money to that. She was on her money like that. To moving her and her 3 siblings to a 3-bedroom, upstairs, brick home in the Northern District of one of the big cities that she will commute back and forth from. See, she would be in between big cities because she would move around. You know, Miss Cleopatra Jones be tearing up them highways because she was getting to it. This woman was so busy that she would go days with not even looking at TV or what's going on. I would have to advise her, hey, you know the weather gonna be this, the weather gonna be that. And she said, and I would say, hey, you ain't checked that out, babe. She said, Nino, thank you for informing me about that. I've been so busy, I haven't even had time enough to check the weather or see what current events going on the news. And I know she was like that. She was about that. I know that because she was about that hustle. She was about that. But she also was about taking care of her kids. Remember, she didn't cry. She didn't put her problems on somebody else's shoulders. She stood up, bowed out her chin, you know, did what she had to do, even though she's gorgeous, sexy, soft, and beautiful, but still, on the outside, she looked so sweet, innocent, and wouldn't do nothing wrong, but on the inside, she's a hustler and a cold-hearted killer. And I don't mean killer like killing people, unaliving people, but I mean killer like hustling and getting to the bag and taking care of her family. Because that's Miss Cleopatra Jones. But anyway, she moved to the Northern District of one of them big cities where she would commute back and forth from. You did? Where she ended up buying or bought her residency. The siblings were 2 boys and a girl. The girl being the oldest. You had 1 middle-aged boy, and then you had 1 boy was the baby. So, that was doing. She had all 3 of her kids in private school. So that's 3 private school tuitions, which was no problem for Miss Cleopatra Jones, because she getting to the bag, And I'm talking about 3 private schools. Now, people, I guarantee you this. These 3 kids wore uniforms when they had to go to school, but when you wouldn't see them at school and they was just casual going about their business along with her, they would be rocking the freshest of threads, fitted or dripped, name brand from head to toe. The young female sitting, her done, petty and Medi, and I'm talking about pedicure and manicure, fly skirts, name brand dresses, Rihanna, the Fendi clothesline, cute sandals, the males, the young males, polo shirts, rocking the hottest brands of pants from Dillards and Macy's. And Dillards and Macy's got that name brand stuff. I'm talking about from kids to adults. Ain't nothing cheap in now. They rock the name brand stuff. And of course, their shoe game was always on fleece. Jordans, the Bronze, Steph Curry's, and also the latest arrivals of all the Air Maxes her sons had. I'm talking about without any problem, rocking fresh. I'm talking about, I'm a man looking good. This woman is representing a mother, a hustler, by any means necessary. And if you judge, you shouldn't judge, but I know people gonna judge. And, I know she did things illegal, and she did things legal, but I'm gonna give her flowers because she had the courage and she got out and got it as a woman like a man would do. You dig what I'm saying? Cleopatra Jones was also heavy in giving back, donating money and clothing to the homeless. Through all of her endeavors, she took time for that. Would cook free meals and pass them out in the neighborhood. That's what she would do. Because she believed no matter how she got it, were illegal or illegal, you had to give back. And that's word. Don't be surprised. You need some broccoli. You need some blues. You need some soft white. You need some Exos, them dolphins. You need some Viagra, male enhancements. Who's putting up with the special delivery and got the package? The sexy, chocolate, female shot collar that's turning the heads of not only men, but turning the heads of women who was also attracted to her. The dime, the mastermind, who always had something good to smoke, Miss Cleopatra Jones. Now, and then I just want to say this, people. I know many of y'all might not like this podcast, but I think some of y'all will like this podcast because y'all feeling me. Legal or illegal, I love this woman. And the thing about Miss Cleopatra Jones, she's still going as I speak right now. See, I know people probably say, well, she's going to get caught eventually. But the man upstairs is looking out for her. You know why? Because she is taking care of her kids. She's doing it by any means necessary. And I know people going to say, well, why she didn't go to college? Why she won't do it the right way? Why she can't go and, get a degree in everything like that. But everybody can't go down that road. And I'm not condoning all of some of the things she do or have done or is doing now. But I'm just saying she stood up to the plate. She's taking care of her kids. And she's doing it by any means necessary. So I would say don't judge, but I know you're gonna judge. But I just had to pay a little homage to Cleopatra Jones, Miss Cleopatra Jones. Right or wrong, you're a boss lady. You're a dime with a mastermind. 2 cents. This is my podcast. I'm Nino. Thank you.